What's up guys, it's Bishop here with a video. This type of content video seems to generate more views than a lot of the videos that I actually execute a script off of. That's why I'm doing it. I had my thumb get hit with a chainsaw. Now, if you have a weak stomach, do not continue to watch it. Although the thumbnail, clickbait, not really, it's actually a genuine picture, is probably disturbing to some viewers. In fact, some of my videos now, I get flagged and I get notices that it's been flagged as inappropriate. My infected finger video, the inner thigh bump that I had. But anyway, let me set up the scenario. My friend Mark and I were getting wood from my woods, and we're sawing wood pieces because the group wanted to have a fire. So we're sawing these wood pieces, and as I'm taking these big trees that I axed down, I'm sliding these trees, right? And so there's branches up here, but the trunk, I'm sliding the tree like trunk down, right? So as I'm sliding it, Mark is sawing with his chainsaw. We're doing great. Happened to be the last part of the tree because it was the last part of the thick trunk and the branches are here. I had to hold it down kind of steady. I take full responsibility for this, by the way, because my thumb shouldn't have been close to where a chainsaw was. Not really thinking, looking back. So I'm bracing the tree kind of down because it's kind of at an angle so that he can continue and just get the last piece. But what happens is there's kind of a fork in the piece. He goes to chainsaw and it kicks up on him. And when it kicks up where my hand was, it just, and right away, Mark was like, with the chainsaw, he's like, uh-oh. I was like, not good, not good. And he's like, apply pressure, because we didn't know if the thumb was going to come off, how bad it was. So I took my left hand, I put it together like so, just put a lot of pressure on it. Now, Mark is a physical therapist, so he knows a thing or two about this. When we walked back to his house, at that point, I opened my hand and blood just kind of fell on his driveway and sidewalk area. So then he gets a white towel because it was the closest thing and just wraps it, and he's just holding it as tight as possible because he hasn't looked yet exactly what the verdict was going to be. Like, did I lose my thumb? Obviously, didn't think it was like off or we would have picked it up or saw it, but how bad is it? Well, then after compressing it, he lets go, he kind of sees the cut, then all of a sudden he applies, the peroxide, the alcohol, the cleans it all up, and then immediately puts like the gauze on it in a tight wrap, just to see if it would bleed through and what that would look like. We didn't know if we should go get stitches, but because of where it's located and you're always bending, the stitches would probably pop out. In fact, an ER nurse was coming to the gathering and she was like, yeah, she came later, she was like, yeah, stitches wouldn't have been good. He went and got Dermaglue 2 days later, thinking that we were just going to put some Dermaglue in it, but a doctor recommended that he knows personally not to do the Dermaglue and just let it heal naturally. So every day I'd wake up, I'd clean it out, put the steri strips on, band-aid it up, let the air hit it for a couple hours, clean it out at night, kind of do the same thing. And then as it was scabbing and getting better, the more it was doing that, the more I was letting air hit it and doing less wrapping. So here it is. This is 12 days after the incident, so it's not bad, although the way, because of where it is, like I said, if I squeeze a softball or I bend my hand for just whatever reason, it usually, the cut comes back open. But I make this video to say that though this happened and though it was unfortunate and though some of those pictures are gross and it hurt and it was pretty painful, I couldn't use my thumb for a couple days, I am very fortunate. I'm very fortunate I did not lose the finger. All of a sudden, when you get a chainsaw injury, it seems like everybody and their friend has chainsaw injury stories out there that you never knew about. And I'm very fortunate. So fortunate that I have my thumb still on, and fortunate that I got great people surrounding me, especially the fact that Mark was a PT, knew exactly what to do, probably saved a lot of things, including an infection from happening. So I'm making this video to say, like, count your blessings, realize that we have a lot, and when something like this, and this wasn't even that major, but when something like this happens, it's like, man, I can't do this now, I can't do this, or man, I gotta operate this way, and it's so different than my normal process. You take a second to think how many people actually are in those positions where this doesn't heal, doesn't come back, or does not have that. And so it just makes you look at life a little bit different. Love you guys, thanks for watching.